Here's the promise I make. Within 3 days. Listen, your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest limitation. Most people live in reaction mode, stuck in fear, doubt, and hesitation. But what if I told you that in just 72 hours, you could rewire your thoughts, break past your limits, and create unstoppable momentum? This isn't theory. This is action. This is transformation. If you're ready to take charge of your mind and master your life, then buckle up, because your breakthrough starts now. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It is the command center of your life, shaping your emotions, decisions, and actions. Yet most people never truly harness its full potential. They allow external circumstances, past experiences, and negative thought patterns to dictate their reality. But what if I told you that you could take absolute control over your mind, reprogram it for success, and transform your life, starting right now? Everything begins in the mind. Every achievement, every failure, every breakthrough is first created as a thought before it manifests into reality. The quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of your thoughts. If you want to change your life, you must change the way you think. It's not about hoping, wishing, or waiting for the right time. It's about making a conscious decision to master your mind and take command of your destiny. The first step to mastering your mind is understanding that your thoughts are not just passive occurrences. They are powerful forces that shape your reality. Every belief, every emotion, every action stems from what you consistently think about. If you allow your mind to be filled with doubt, fear, and limitations, you will continue to experience struggles and setbacks. But if you train your mind to focus on strength, confidence, and possibilities, you will unlock a life of growth, success, and fulfillment. Most people don't realize that their minds have been conditioned over the years by their environment, experiences, and the people around them. From childhood, you've been absorbing information that has shaped your beliefs about yourself and the world. Some of these beliefs serve you, but many of them hold you back. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve success, or things never work out for me? These are not truths. They are just patterns that have been repeated so often that they feel real. And the good news is, you can change them. Rewiring your mind starts with awareness. You must become aware of the thoughts that are running in the background of your consciousness. Pay attention to the inner dialogue that takes place throughout the day. What do you say to yourself when things don't go as planned? What stories do you tell yourself about your abilities and potential? The moment you become aware of these mental patterns, you gain the power to shift them. But awareness alone is not enough. You must take control. Just like a computer, your mind operates on programming. If you're running on outdated, limiting software, your results will always be limited. But when you install new, empowering beliefs, your entire life starts to shift. The key is repetition. Your brain learns through repetition and emotional intensity. If you repeatedly tell yourself, I am strong, I am confident, I am unstoppable, and you truly feel it, your mind will start to accept it as reality. Now, some people will say, but I've tried positive thinking and it doesn't work. That's because thoughts alone don't create change, actions do. You must reinforce your new mindset with consistent, aligned action. If you tell yourself, I am successful, but you continue to make decisions from a place of fear or scarcity, your mind will reject that belief. But if you back up your new belief with action, taking bold steps, pushing past fear, and proving to yourself that you are capable, your mind will lock in this new reality. This is why some people achieve extraordinary success while others stay stuck. It's not about intelligence, talent, or luck. It's about mastering the inner game. The most successful people in the world don't have perfect circumstances. They have trained their minds to see opportunities where others see obstacles. They have conditioned themselves to push through discomfort, adapt to challenges, and stay focused on their vision no matter what. And the best part? You have the same ability. Right now, in this moment, you can decide to take control of your mind. You can choose to break free from limiting beliefs, rewire your thoughts for success, and take action toward the life you desire. It doesn't take years of effort. It takes a decision to stop letting external circumstances dictate your mindset, a decision to start directing your thoughts with intention, a decision to commit to your growth every single day. The process of mastering your mind is not about quick fixes or temporary motivation. It's about creating lasting transformation. When you consistently train your mind to focus on strength, possibility, and growth, You will start to see changes in every area of your life. Your confidence will grow, your relationships will improve, your opportunities will expand, you will develop an unshakable mindset that allows you to navigate challenges with certainty and resilience. You already have everything you need within you. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the way you think. And the moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your future. It's time to step up. It's time to rewire your mind. It's time to master your mind and unlock your true potential. Your beliefs are the foundation of your reality. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every result you achieve is shaped by what you believe to be true about yourself and the world. If your beliefs empower you, they will drive you towards success, fulfillment, and growth. But if they limit you, they will keep you stuck in patterns of doubt, fear, and failure. The key to transformation is learning how to identify, challenge, and replace the beliefs that are holding you back. Most of your beliefs were not consciously chosen. They were programmed into you from a young age. Your upbringing, environment, past experiences, and the people around you have all contributed to the way you see yourself and what you think is possible. If you grew up hearing that success is only for the lucky, or that money is hard to come by, you may have internalized these ideas as facts, even if they are not true. If you face rejection or failure in the past, you may have developed the belief that you're not good enough or that you don't deserve happiness. But these are not absolute truths. They are just perspectives that have been reinforced over time. And the moment you recognize that, you gain the power to change them. Rewiring your beliefs starts with awareness. You must become conscious of the thoughts that run through your mind every day. What do you tell yourself when you face a challenge? Do you immediately think, I can't do this, or do you say, I'll find a way? When you look at successful people, do you feel inspired, or do you feel like success is out of reach for you? These subtle thoughts reveal the deep-seated beliefs that shape your life. And the most important thing to understand is that your beliefs are not permanent. They can be changed. The way to change a belief is to challenge it and replace it with a new, empowering one. If you've always believed that you're not smart enough, strong enough, or worthy enough, ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just a story you've repeated to yourself so many times that it feels real? Look for evidence that contradicts your limiting belief. Think about moments in your life where you did succeed, where you did overcome a challenge, where you did prove your strength. The more you challenge your old beliefs, the weaker they become. But awareness and questioning are not enough. To truly rewire your mind, you must actively install new beliefs through repetition, emotion, and action. Your brain is like a muscle. It strengthens whatever you train it to believe. If you repeatedly tell yourself, I am confident, I am capable, I am unstoppable, your mind will start to accept it as reality. The key is to not just say these words, but to feel them. Imagine yourself as the person you want to become. Picture yourself succeeding, thriving, and achieving your goals. When you combine repetition with strong emotions, your new beliefs take root much faster. Action is the final and most important step in rewiring your beliefs. You must prove to yourself that your new belief is true. If you've decided that you are confident, start acting like it. If you've decided that you are capable, take on challenges that stretch you. When you act as if your new belief is already true, your mind starts to accept it as reality. This is why people who step outside their comfort zones experience the fastest transformation. They don't just think differently, they behave differently, and their results change accordingly. Rewiring your beliefs is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. Every day you have the opportunity to reinforce your new mindset or fall back into old patterns. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. The successful ones commit to the process. They don't allow their old beliefs to creep back in and take control. They actively condition their minds, take bold actions, and reinforce their new identity until it becomes second nature. Your beliefs are either working for you or against you. If you're not where you want to be in life, start by examining the thoughts and beliefs that are shaping your reality. If they are not serving you, change them. You are not bound by the past. You are not limited by what others have told you. You have the power to rewrite your story, to create new, empowering beliefs, and to step into the most powerful version of yourself. And the moment you do that, your entire life will change. Transforming your mind doesn't have to take years. In fact, in just 3 days, you can begin to rewire your thoughts, break free from limiting beliefs, and create a mental framework that drives success. Most people think change is slow, but that's because they don't realize how powerful, focused, intentional effort can be. Your mind is constantly adapting, learning, and reshaping itself based on what you feed it. If you consciously direct your thoughts for just 3 days, you can set yourself on a completely different path. The first step in this process is awareness. You must become fully aware of how your mind operates. Most people go through life on autopilot, allowing their thoughts to be shaped by past experiences, social conditioning, and external influences. But if you don't take control of your mind, something or someone else will. Over the next 3 days, you will learn to identify the patterns that have been running your life. What thoughts dominate your mind? What emotions do you feel most often? What stories have you been telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of? The moment you bring these subconscious patterns into your conscious awareness, you begin to take back control. Once you recognize the thoughts and beliefs that are shaping your reality, it's time to disrupt the old patterns. You must interrupt the cycle of negative thinking and replace it with new empowering beliefs. Your brain is wired to follow familiar paths, which is why breaking old habits can feel difficult at first. But when you repeatedly introduce a new way of thinking, your brain begins to rewire itself. This is not just theory, it's science. Neuroscientists have proven that the brain has neuroplasticity, meaning it can form new connections and reshape itself at any age. That means you are not stuck with the mindset you have now. You can change it, and you can do it quickly. The key to making this shift happen fast is immersion. You must surround yourself with thoughts, information, and experiences that reinforce your new mindset. That means eliminating negative influences, news, toxic people, self-doubt, and replacing them with powerful, constructive inputs. For the next 3 days, commit to feeding your mind only with ideas that elevate you. Read books that inspire growth, listen to powerful speakers. Write down affirmations that reinforce the person you are becoming. Most importantly, speak and act as if your new belief system is already real. But awareness and immersion are only part of the process. The real transformation happens through action. If you want to change how you think, you must change what you do. Your brain learns best through experience, not just theory. If you've always been afraid to speak up, the fastest way to rewire your mind is to start doing it. If you've struggled with self-doubt, take an action that proves to yourself that you are capable. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you reinforce your new identity. To truly master your mind in 3 days, you must create small wins that build confidence and momentum. The problem most people face is that they try to change too much at once, become overwhelmed, and fall back into old habits. But when you break the process down into small, achievable steps, you build a track record of success. When you experience even a small victory, your brain releases dopamine, reinforcing the belief that change is possible. Over time, these small wins stack up and create massive transformation. Consistency is the final key. 3 days is enough to make a powerful shift, but lasting change requires reinforcement. If you want to master your mind for life, you must keep applying these principles daily. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Just as an athlete doesn't stop training after one breakthrough, you must continue conditioning your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you do this, you will realize that you are not controlled by your past, your fears, or your doubts. You have the power to shape your future, and it starts with mastering your mind. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, but most people never learn how to harness it to its full potential. They allow their thoughts to be dictated by circumstances, emotions, and past experiences, rather than taking control and directing their focus. The truth is, what you focus on expands. If you constantly dwell on problems, you will attract more problems. If you focus on opportunity, your mind works like a magnifying glass. Whatever you concentrate on grows larger in your reality. The challenge is that most people are unconsciously focusing on fear, doubt, and limitations rather than on solutions, strength, and success. To truly master your mind, you must become intentional about where you direct your focus. The first step is recognizing that your emotional state is directly linked to what you think about. If you wake up and immediately think about everything that's wrong in your life, how do you feel? Probably overwhelmed, anxious, or frustrated. But if you wake up and intentionally focus on what you're grateful for, on the opportunities ahead of you, and on the progress you're making, your entire emotional state shifts. Your emotions are not random. They are a response to what you focus on. The good news is that you have the power to change your emotional state at any moment simply by changing your focus. Most people allow their focus to be controlled by external factors, social media, negative news, other people's opinions. But if you want to take control of your life, you must take control of your focus. That means eliminating distractions that drain your energy and replacing them with habits that elevate you. Start by training your mind to look for the positive, even in difficult situations. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? How can I grow from this? What's the opportunity in this challenge? When you shift your perspective in this way, your brain starts working for you rather than against you. Your emotional state is also directly tied to the questions you ask yourself. If you constantly ask disempowering questions like, why do bad things always happen to me? Or why am I not good enough? Your brain will search for answers that reinforce those negative beliefs. But if you start asking empowering questions like, how can I make this situation work for me? What's one thing I can do right now to improve? Your mind will shift gears and start finding solutions. Your brain is like a computer. It will search for answers to whatever questions you give it. The key is to ask better questions that drive better results. Another way to take control of your focus and emotions is through physiology. Your body and mind are deeply connected. If you want to feel strong, confident, and motivated, start by changing how you move. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and adopt powerful body language. Have you ever noticed that when someone is feeling down, their shoulders slump, their breathing becomes shallow, and they look defeated? That's because their physiology is reinforcing their emotional state. But the moment they shift their posture, take deep breaths, and move with energy, their mood starts to change. This isn't just psychology, it's biology. Your body sends signals to your brain, and your brain responds accordingly. If you want to feel unstoppable, start moving like someone who is unstoppable. Mastering your emotions and focus doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means training your mind to find solutions rather than dwelling on problems. It means directing your focus toward what you can control rather than obsessing over what you can't. It means taking responsibility for your emotional state instead of letting external circumstances dictate how you feel. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never face challenges. They are the ones who have trained themselves to stay focused, resilient, and emotionally strong no matter what life throws at them. The ability to control your emotions and focus is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. The more you train yourself to focus on growth, solutions, and opportunities, the more natural it becomes. Over time, your default mindset will shift from one of fear and doubt to one of confidence and certainty. You will become the kind of person who stays calm under pressure, who sees possibilities where others see obstacles, and who takes massive action toward their goals without hesitation. This is not about temporary motivation. It's about rewiring your mind for long-term success. And the moment you master this skill, you will realize that you are no longer controlled by your past, by your fears, or by your emotions. You are in control, and that is the ultimate power. Your thoughts and emotions are powerful, but they are not enough on their own. To truly transform your life, you must take massive action. Most people get stuck in a cycle of overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, or doubting themselves into inaction. But nothing changes without action. You can have the most positive mindset in the world, but if you don't take the steps necessary to turn your vision into reality, you will stay exactly where you are. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is not closed by wishing, hoping, or even just believing. It is closed by consistent, deliberate action. The challenge most people face is that they hesitate. They wait for the right conditions, the right mood, or the right level of confidence before they start. But waiting is the enemy of progress. The people who succeed at the highest levels are not the ones who have everything figured out before they begin. They are the ones who start before they feel ready. They take action despite fear, despite uncertainty, despite doubt. Because they understand that action creates clarity, not the other way around. If you wait until you have all the answers, you will never start. But if you take action now, even if it's imperfect, you will learn, adjust, and improve along the way. Action is the fastest way to build confidence. Most people think confidence is something you need before you take action, but that's backward. Confidence comes from action. When you take bold steps, when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every time you take action, even a small step, you send a powerful message to your mind that you are in control. Over time, this builds momentum, and before you know it, you become the kind of person who takes massive action without hesitation. But action alone is not enough. It must be consistent. One big effort won't change your life, just like going to the gym once won't make you fit. Transformation comes from daily, repeated actions that compound over time. Success is not about one breakthrough moment. It's about the small, consistent steps you take every single day. The most successful people don't rely on motivation, they rely on habits and discipline. Motivation fades, but habits keep you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. If you commit to taking even one small action every day, you will be amazed at how much progress you make in just a few weeks or months. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong choice. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of the journey. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than most people have even tried. The difference is that they use failure as a learning tool rather than a reason to stop. If you're afraid of making mistakes, you're looking at failure the wrong way. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow. The only real failure is not taking action at all. Taking action also requires a sense of urgency. Too many people tell themselves they'll start someday, but someday is not a real day on the calendar. If you don't take action now, when will you? The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is right now. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to have the perfect plan. You just need to start. Take the first step, then the next, and keep going. Success is built one step at a time. Action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. The people who live extraordinary lives are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who take action consistently, courageously, and without excuses. If you want to change your life, there is only one thing you need to do: act. The moment you decide to stop waiting and start doing, everything will begin to change. And that moment is now. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your success. Most people don't realize how much their surroundings influence them. They think success is purely about willpower or talent. But the truth is, your environment either fuels your growth or holds you back. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, distractions, or people who don't support your vision, it will be incredibly difficult to reach your full potential. But if you create an environment that challenges you, supports you, and inspires you, success becomes inevitable. One of the most powerful factors in your environment is the people you surround yourself with. There's a saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. The people around you influence your mindset, your energy, and your expectations for yourself. If you're surrounded by people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, their mindset will rub off on you even if you don't realize it. But if you spend time with people who think big, take action, and push themselves to grow, their mindset will elevate yours. If you want to change your life, you must be intentional about who you allow into your circle. Ask yourself, are the people around me lifting me up or pulling me down? Are they encouraging my growth or reinforcing my doubts? If your current environment is filled with negativity or low standards, it's time to make a change. That doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life completely, but you must limit your exposure to those who drain your energy and seek out those who inspire and challenge you. Find mentors, join groups of like-minded individuals, and surround yourself with people who are already living at the level you aspire to reach. But your environment isn't just about people, it's also about what you expose your mind to every day. Your thoughts are shaped by the information you consume. If you constantly fill your mind with negativity, watching the news, scrolling through social media, or listening to people who focus on problems instead of solutions, you are programming yourself for fear, doubt, and inaction. But if you intentionally feed your mind with empowering content, reading books, listening to powerful speakers, and consuming information that reinforces your goals, you are conditioning yourself for success. Another critical part of your environment is your physical space. Your surroundings affect your energy and productivity more than you might think. A cluttered, disorganized space leads to a cluttered, distracted mind. If your workspace is messy, filled with distractions, or doesn't inspire you, it's time for a change. Create an environment that supports your focus and creativity. Keep your space clean, remove distractions, and fill it with reminders of your goals. Whether it's a vision board, quotes that inspire you, or anything that keeps you motivated. When your environment is aligned with your goals, it becomes easier to stay on track. Your habits are also a product of your environment. If you want to change a habit, one of the easiest ways to do it is to change your surroundings. For example, if you want to eat healthier, keep nutritious food within easy reach and remove junk food from your home. If you want to read more, place books where you can see them instead of having your phone be the first thing you reach for. If you want to work out consistently, set up your environment so that exercising becomes the easy choice rather than something you have to force yourself to do. The more you shape your surroundings to support your goals, the less effort it takes to stay disciplined. Creating a powerful environment is not just about removing the negative, it's about actively designing a space, a routine, and a social circle that propels you forward. It's about setting yourself up for success so that growth becomes automatic. Most people try to rely on willpower alone, but willpower is limited. Environment, on the other hand, is constant. When you set up your surroundings for success, you don't have to fight against bad habits. You naturally align with the actions that lead to your goals. If you feel stuck in life, take a hard look at your environment. Who are you spending time with? What are you feeding your mind? What distractions are slowing you down? When you take control of your environment, you take control of your future. Make the decision to create an environment that forces you to grow, challenges you to be better, and supports you in becoming the person you are meant to be. When you do that, success becomes not just possible, it becomes inevitable. Mastering your mind is not just about thinking differently, it's about rewiring your entire identity. Your identity is the set of beliefs you hold about yourself, who you think you are, what you believe you're capable of, and what you expect from life. The problem is that most people have built their identity based on past experiences, external influences, and limiting beliefs that don't serve them. They say things like, I'm just not a confident person, or I've never been good at discipline, without realizing that these are not facts, these are just stories they've repeated to themselves for so long that they've accepted them as truth. But the truth is, you can redefine your identity at any moment. You can decide right now to become the kind of person who takes action, who is disciplined, who is confident, who achieves massive success. The key to shifting your identity is understanding that your brain is constantly looking for ways to stay consistent with who you believe you are. If you identify as someone who struggles with self-discipline, your mind will look for ways to reinforce that belief. If you see yourself as someone who always procrastinates, you will unconsciously act in ways that align with that identity. But the moment you start telling yourself a new story and reinforcing it with action, your brain begins to accept a new version of who you are. You don't become disciplined by thinking about it. You become disciplined by acting like a disciplined person every single day until it becomes your new normal. One of the fastest ways to shift your identity is to create evidence that supports the new version of yourself. Most people try to change by using willpower alone, but willpower fades. What truly changes your identity is proof. Small wins that reinforce the belief that you are different. If you want to become someone who is consistent, start showing up for yourself every single day, even in small ways. If you want to be someone who is confident, start speaking and moving with confidence even before you feel it. The brain doesn't differentiate between what is real and what is repeated often enough, so the more you act like the person you want to become, the more that identity becomes your reality. Your language is another powerful tool in reshaping your identity. The words you use reinforce how you see yourself. If you constantly say, I'm bad at remembering names, or I'm just not good with money, you are programming your brain to accept these limitations. But the moment you change your language, you start changing your identity. Instead of saying, I'm not good at something, start saying, I'm in the process of mastering this. Instead of saying, I'm not a morning person, say, I'm training myself to have powerful mornings. These small shifts in language create big shifts in how you see yourself. Another powerful way to reinforce a new identity is through visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something you actually experience. That's why athletes visualize winning before they ever step onto the field, because it conditions their minds and bodies to expect success. Every day, take a few minutes to visualize yourself as the person you want to become. See yourself taking action, handling challenges with confidence, and living at your highest level. When you repeatedly imagine yourself in a certain way, your subconscious mind starts aligning with that image, and your actions naturally begin to reflect it. But visualization alone is not enough. You must back it up with action. If you see yourself as a leader, start leading. If you see yourself as someone who is fit and strong, start moving like that person today, even if it's small at first. Action is what cements your new identity. The more you align your daily habits with the person you want to become, the faster the transformation happens. Changing your identity is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about stepping into the version of yourself that has been waiting to emerge. You are not limited by your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You have the power to decide right now who you want to be. And the moment you fully commit to that decision, everything in your life will start shifting to match the new standard you've set for yourself. The only question is, are you ready to step into that new version of you? Because the power to change has been in your hands all along. Mastering your mind in 3 days is not just about making temporary changes. It's about committing to a lifelong process of growth. Too many people start strong but fall back into old patterns because they treat personal transformation as a short-term event rather than a continuous journey. The reality is that success, fulfillment, and mental mastery are not destinations you reach once and then forget about. They are habits, rituals, and mindsets you cultivate daily. Just like going to the gym once won't make you fit, working on your mind for a few days won't create lasting change unless you commit to maintaining that progress every single day. The key to long-term mastery is rituals and consistency. What you do occasionally will never shape your life as much as what you do consistently. If you want to maintain mental strength, you must build daily habits that reinforce your growth. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simple but powerful rituals, like starting your morning with gratitude, setting clear intentions for your day, feeding your mind with empowering content, and reflecting on your progress, can completely transform your life over time. These small daily actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but their impact compounds, leading to massive results. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need motivation to stay consistent. Motivation is great, but it's unreliable. It comes and goes. If you only take action when you feel inspired, you'll never achieve lasting success. The people who master their minds don't rely on motivation, they rely on discipline and commitment. They take action whether they feel like it or not. They stick to their habits even on the days when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable, because they understand that success is built through momentum, not by waiting for the perfect moment. Another key factor in long-term mastery is tracking your progress. If you don't measure something, you can't improve it. Most people fail to sustain their growth because they don't pay attention to their progress. They don't notice how far they've come, so they lose motivation and revert to old habits. But when you track your progress, whether it's through journaling, setting goals, or reviewing your wins regularly, you give yourself proof that you are evolving. That proof fuels your confidence and pushes you to keep going. At the same time, it's important to understand that setbacks are part of the process. No matter how strong your mindset is, you will face challenges. You will have days when old doubts creep in, when you feel tired, when you question whether you're really making progress. This is where most people give up. But those who truly master their minds know that setbacks are not signs to stop. They are opportunities to grow. Every challenge you face is a test of your commitment. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit, use them as lessons. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger? When you shift your perspective in this way, you become unstoppable. Another important piece of long-term mastery is surrounding yourself with the right influences. Your environment will either support your growth or pull you back into old habits. That's why you must be intentional about who and what you allow into your life. Stay connected to people who push you to be better. Keep feeding your mind with content that inspires you. Remove distractions and negativity that drain your energy. When you build an environment that aligns with your goals, staying consistent becomes much easier. But above all, the most important aspect of long-term mastery is identity. If you still see yourself as the person you used to be, you will eventually fall back into old patterns. But if you fully step into your new identity, the identity of someone who is disciplined, focused, and in control of their mind, you will naturally make choices that align with that version of yourself. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about owning the person you've been working to become. When you believe in that new identity at your core, staying consistent is no longer a struggle. It becomes second nature. True mastery is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about committing to the process, showing up every day, and continuously pushing yourself to grow. The people who achieve extraordinary success are not the ones who never face setbacks. They are the ones who refuse to let those setbacks define them. They keep moving forward, adjusting when needed, and staying committed no matter what. So as you take these lessons and apply them to your life, remember this: the work doesn't stop after 3 days. This is just the beginning. The choice to master your mind is one you must make every single day, and the moment you decide to stay committed to that journey, no matter what, that's the moment you unlock a level of power, clarity, and success that most people will never experience. The question is, will you choose to keep going? Because the person you are capable of becoming is waiting on the other side of that decision.